What's up, everybody? This is Jesse, and you're watching JLS Comics. Thanks for pressing play. Today is an interesting video. We're going to be doing a contest video for my friend and fellow YouTuber, Justin from ExileState Comics. This is for his 500 subscriber contest. That's a lot of subs, buddy. But as of this recording, you're actually just a few away from 600. So you're skyrocketing up there. Keep being awesome. Keep doing what you do on your channel. Keep that positivity and that high energy going. And you got only the stars to reach for, my friend. So keep up the good work there. So the contest was, well, a couple of things, a couple of criteria. Be subbed, be over 18, be somewhere in this dimension of the multiverse, and you're good to go. And then the question was, what is your favorite character or your favorite team? And I thought about this for a while. Like, what is my criteria? Because I like so many different characters. Like, how am I going to pick this? Because honestly, I like what I like, but I haven't really ever sat down to try to sort of rank them. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to go with my history, what I grew up with, what I kind of have my roots in, what grew my comic fandom out of. And there was a couple of things there. So first I thought Spider-Man. I love the whole lore of Spider-Man. The fact that his heroism and his energy and his drive grew out of a personal tragedy is something that I can relate to. Not the actual spider bite, but some of the other more personal issues that he had with his family. Just the fact that he's, the normal kid just trying to do this thing, going through school, but making all these mistakes. He just can't quite get his personal life together. But when he dons that costume and he's swinging through the streets on those webs, he's a hero. So that was really cool. But I'm like, you know what? How do I pick just that? So I said to myself, aha, well, I have the perfect answer. I'm going to go with the X-Men, because literally all of my favorite characters for Marvel have been X-Men. And even Spider-Man. There was a Spider-Man and the X-Men back in 2015. I think it was Wolverine, actually, who convinced him to join and kind of be a teacher over at the school for higher learning there in Westchester. So I'm like, cool, that solves it. So going back to my initial criteria, which was something that I kind of grew up with, it was the X-Men. I mean, I really got into comics in the early 90s, and that's when you had the Jim Lee, Scott Lobdell, Will Portacio era. You had Uncanny, like freaking John Byrne on there. Amazing art. You even had like John Romita Jr. on there. And then it branched off and you had this really cool new title, X-Men #1, that came out back in 91. You had Jim Lee. You had freaking Chris Claremont writing the scripts. That awesome Jim Lee art. Really cool, like edgy story. They had like some things in there that I would actually have to look up, like science things. I thought that was so cool. And the X-Men was like literally where it was at in the 90s. I mean, you even had the animated series back in 92 that was just, I still hump that tune in my head to this day, you know what I mean? And then one of the things, like as big as the animated series was for me, one of the huge things for me for the X-Men above and beyond the comics in the 90s was the first X-Men Sega game that came out in 93. Super cool. Gambit, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Cyclops in there. Typical side-scroll, pixelated kind of game at the time, but super cool. A lot of fun to play. But honestly, I mean, some of my favorite story arcs have come out of there. Like, I'm trying to think. Back in the 90s, I loved the Executioner song. I still talk about Fatal Attractions. You had the Phalanx Covenant, which was really cool with the shiny covers. Extinction Agenda, Inferno. You had way past that, but still all-time classic stories like Dark Phoenix Saga, Days of Future Past, all-time classic. And then I was thinking about the characters. I mean, you got Wolverine, you got Gambit, you got Psylocke, you got Emma Frost, even Cable and Deadpool we could throw in there because they're part of that whole family. Mystique's pretty badass. The one I always talk about right now is Magic. She's an X-Man. Same with X-23, Laura Kinney. I mean, Legion's pretty damn cool too. And I could go on and on and on, but you see my point. Just so much there. So many characters, so many classic stories, so much outside of it that is just freaking badass. And I didn't even get into the live action movies. There's ups and downs there, but I gotta say, X-Men, hands down, my favorite. Kind of covers a lot of different areas for me. So it was a little bit of an easier answer than trying to pick just one character. Anyways, congratulations, Justin, on 500 subs. And I'm raising my glass to you right now. Here's to 500 more. That's it, guys. This is Jesse, JLS Comics. Thanks for watching this video and listening. If it's your first time here, of course, you got that sub button and then the little bell next to it. But don't forget to hit the option button because you will see all the time, occasional, or never for notifications. Pick your favorite option there. And of course, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. How cool are the X-Men? Tell me that. Alright guys, I'll talk to you soon.